If you're worried about being in shape for school and avoiding all those orthopedic injuries that can slow us up, well, any time of the year, Debbie Court has just the answer.
I'm with Dr. Douglas Scott, one of the orthopedic specialists here at the Orthopedic Associates of the Low Country office, which is located just next to Hilton Head Hospital. You also have another location in Bluffton. Thanks for joining me today. As the weather gets cooler and folks start to resume outdoor activities, what kind of general advice can you give to help us ward off the possible injuries that may occur?
So good question, and thanks for having me, certainly, Debbie. You know, it certainly, as the weather starts getting cooler, we see a lot of more people getting active, especially getting back to golf and tennis. And probably as far as preventing any orthopedic injuries, just being able to recognize any sources that previously was providing someone pain and kind of focusing on that area with anti-inflammatory things. Sometimes an anti-inflammatory even before participating in any sporting events would be a good idea. And also just general stretching and strengthening would be a good idea to loosen up any stiff joints perhaps, but just really being cognizant of anything that's given someone trouble in the past. That would be a good idea to keep an eye on.
Let's talk more specifically about golf and tennis because they are the most popular sports probably in the area.
Sure.
What are some of the more common injuries that you'll see, and how can those be avoided?
So good question. Certainly in our population, it's a big part of what I do is helping people get back on the golf course and tennis court. Certainly with tennis, we see a combination of things. We see a lot of upper extremity issues because it is an overhand sport. So any overhand sport, such as tennis, overhand serving, volleyball would be something where we see issues with the shoulder, a rotator cuff, and elbow, especially, the cliche would be tennis elbow. But any sort of overhead activity, even golf, can cause some level of tendonitis in the elbow.
So just because you have an injury doesn't mean you're out of the game for the long haul. Exactly. It can be all addressed and taken care of.
Certainly.
Regarding high school football, we know that that's right around the corner. Some of our students, they're going to be all getting back in the games, and you're actually the official team physician for USCB, so that's kind of cool, helping the Sand Sharks. How do you help the students and athletes keep healthy as well?
Great question. And probably the first thing to know is really to be directly available to the student athletes and the community. So, and again, I will be at a lot of the games, obviously, for a contact sport like football, but for our local community here, such as the high school. But for the athletes, really just making sure that everyone's healthy. I actually participate in team physicals, which we're actually starting in a couple days here. So we'll go through all the athletes to ensure no cardiovascular problems and identify any causes that could be trouble in the future.
When is the time to seek help?
Good question, and that's kind of a million-dollar question for everyone, but any pain that's not relieved by a couple days of ice, anti-inflammatory, not getting better with that, we're available for you.
And seek help. So listen to your body, and it's going to tell you whether you need help from Orthopedic Associates of the Low Country. Dr. Scott and his team are here to help, and it's just great advice for all as we get out there and enjoy the sports. And if you do have an issue, there are a lot of non-invasive treatments that are available. Dr. Scott,
absolutely.
Thank you again. Appreciate it. For the Hilton Head News, I'm Debbie Court.